dawal foofu sa quality jasna your number one stop shop ana sama jigéen ñi dama bëgg ngeen jox ma seen nopp garme yi ndaxte quality jasna amal nañ leen ay til yu toj daala poos abaaya yu yiiw waaye it amal nañ leen ay boreda yu rafet boreda yoo xam ne pour góor ñi la ak pour jigéen ñi amal nañ leen body scrub yi nga xam ne nii dafay defar seen yaram bam nice waaye it fàttewuñ fa diw yi ana sama jeeg yu pare yi quality jasna amal nañ leen fa andi cuuraay yu neex house spray ak bépp xeetu baax pour seen biir néeg dama ne atum ren jii ku sa jëkkër mere ku ne yow la neex ndaxte quality jasna ñëw na si dëkk bi pour defar sëy yi makeup artist yi bàyyi leen gannaaw ñu ngi leen fa amal ay makeup product yu quality waxu leen léegi nii foofa sa Westfield jàkkaarloog monument bi wala nga jokkoo quality jasna si 250 01 24 ak quality jasna taaral sa bopp taaral sa néeg waaye it bégal sa alaaji aas
Yeah, assalamu alaikum badingol kal konton kal jianan bi fanan na araba sports mi yalan ka fa ko wala kana nan Gttv ka bo talang nani da kata fo ka duwe don si ma bani jari kan har ge bidon ando mi yalan ka fo fanan e be bun jawo fo ale jesu nande bulo fo se fintino je milbe loptano to fanan ala so jati ken yalan si ma ya bala ando nyim banko fanan fo ala take modi ala take mol nema mol ma bak ko yalim belare momo kan nyim banko kan sonia bulo. Of course, it's always nice to be back in the screens, of course, with my colleagues. That's Raymond Juf, in my far right, and you have Yahya Sedi, who will be joining me and who are currently with me here. And of course, probably we have some colleagues in the media who will actually give us some tips as far as the Gambian sports is concerned. So not wasting much time, I will allow them to, of course, introduce themselves.
Welcome to Gambian Talents TV. Alan Kakinyaming every Wednesday and Bale Jandoron. The sports review ke kadila la ka informational dila la play mimbe on an tournament sol milbe play kan currently. East and Lamin Nyol kata West Nyol kata Manja Nyol. So we will be here for you always. Each and every way.
Thank you very much. Okay. Maybe similar program.
Kavale Kodeke, welcome back to yet another exciting moment. Sports every Wednesday here on Gambian Talents TV. So be fanambina natale no koteke ka sport update ol diala comme kan dalta ka kanyam update ol dia miyalan ko wala tambita weekend ol to ka weekend ol to kana fo bi mo update ol dilala miyan ko aba kirna local sports kata fo international sport fana
olam toñati Yahya baraka baye comme ya fale nyamon ton bawo nga kala mo tawi kino kono game national player serekunda is kata fo serekunda wes ani hani fo manja fon bari manjina basse fana no konka fo nyame bawo nyim nin ko Gambia football bawo ko dula bele mam ko dula bondi ñor so sabu kamala don namalan ku kala don ansi remon bula also results do la miyalan ka ko wala ka different respective zone so to within KMC I wodi mo la folo nga damu do
The Nidara is Ligo Mbe play ganje is Africell League Cup sponsor, Africell last sponsor. So concerning the league on Friday, DBO played against Canon, DBO home, Canon away. So Canon Nara the upper hand, so they win the 2-1, and then Yemonim played a 3. So London United ning T Central Nara play Ularo for 5 o'clock game mode in another draw 1-1. Saturday Fanandum Casa United ning Milan Rose played a Wolfanan draw 1-1 Imana Anyuno. Then Ularo fanang Ellen Boda played in Goma FC. Ellen Boda Goma FC. Sunday fanang RSL Zurich played in Timbuktu. RSL Zurich it only hosted the home team. In Adi Booty 3-2. And then 5 o'clock BB Rovers played against Timbuktu. It draw the zeros. Nina Rajibe Kunum fanang Falcons played the Falcons ning Medina Falcons were the host team in as away. Majority think that the Falcons because Medina they are always at the upper hand. but to their surprise, Falcons not able to one. Maktab Warriors played against Yankees United 5 o'clock Kularo, then in another draw. So BJ Mumimije is all hands against SD Lar. We played at 3 o'clock. Sangal ni Jimo Nyinga be understand
On the
and
same
now
time.
on Tarati Climax home. So be 5 o'clock final point be played against Juventus at the East Mini Stadium. So also Roga Fale the
Okay, Aparaka Bake, thank you so much for those wonderful updates out there at the Serekunda East Mini Stadium. As we all know, since the ongoing tournament, Serekunda is set to be one of the busiest zones as far as Gambian sport is concerned because I remember Kalamara Fananko basket fanambe Borikanjele, but today we're not gonna delve much on that. Janembe Kugang give us some updates as far as the Manjai tournament is concerned.
Okay, Manjai Santen coming from the weekend. Manjai, we all know Monday fixes all because Saturday, but couldn't Tuesday fixes all continental Munkata knockout round. Well, game of play at Darussalam and London Stars. The Darussalam Nata London Star booty 1 goal to nil. So Moon Bajala London Star out of the knockout and Darussalam have booked a place. Now, we'll look at the early kick of game. What is? We'll have a game of Munkata late kick of Najela. Lions then will nim bursubi extension wal manyon wal tata 1-1 bari penalty wala nate tala fo Lions then win 3 goals to 2. So B fanam fixol bijal fixol continue kande in the knockout fixol mbajala ko King Jais will take on Bayern Central wala bekala early kick off at 2:30. The game is already on right now. I am late kick off wala bekala Kololi Central ti wala be pilila against Zions wala pilila in the late kick off wala bekala 4:30. Okay, walang be fix sol TJ.
Alright, aparaka bake o update sol kweta bake Gambia comme nga fala nyaman donc tuma limbe ñu watin ko naweta no kata ñu gan dal belto and ka fala fanan hani ko ta fo combo is fanan probably we have some colleagues there million ka fo ko ni wato en so wal mol fanan kuma lay update sol di mo la bawo ni ko Gambian sports kay ñande ka dal be respective of their zones and nga kalam to fanan ko a weekend ko no passé game mo kita num game yalan ka ko final lolo mi yalan ka ko kita ning final nyon tangol te even do ne birum final nyon tarte dron kulle jeta mi yalan ka ko probably is so on on sportsmanship, but then anyways at the end of the day min gena kuma da peace prevailed ndata ngaje non ko base min stadium reje morning fans all ni team floor team fans all fin sana ngeni joran all mo table and all that but so far so good final look at both teams all me winter monyo congratulate and then Kelemanke fitina manke, but in the first place why would you what do you think football sports la jinjoran si fanya da kataraje
modu wakala comme fans all mira role tidaro abakala comme ini fansol ni fansol problème so to elsewhere so la fakana o samana football kono and football ni aje comme we organize this now and fente comme que peace unity comme la fakola promote mo manka pour comme kon nawetano organize e kaje murol ko fundi and stuff like that even though am nice but yalla no compilal to kala fansol do quality even though fansol fanan they are very important in football ngamra sometimes security fanan mbe tendela me jela baga because if ana yela do ko kala pour ko joranta call si small ball
wala toñati Raymond bawo gemo ñing nata ke between Demba Kunda and Gambia Sara United lati so that scene or that incident actually mo jamal ya ko ñin jalele ba dal because niaji be sports mon kulti mi yalan ka fo kanyanta kam bele ke kilinta be samana yanke mo sifa ke on de bar niata be kala tala len ka fan solde ni jorangol kata football pitchol to vraiment mel ko be football of be more discouraged because at the end of the day they jorangol mel kata those weapons are not sending good message, isn't it? What do you think should have been done?
Football momo na intentional dal because ni ajibe opposition na dunda filo to kolle katina fansol milbe bandai be sila dolbe nendiro kala dolbe kujawol kala but I feel like they don't understand the main reason why legal ka organize and include ka get because it's only to make fun and relationships okay
gena babande
so ni aje comme ninke lol ka kenan problem wa maybe akas dol bi football ko na ka start feel do ye ref ka je mo fe amanya na fe la nyame ku area start na mboli wuli ne ndiro ke ku dolege but comme ya fonya thanks to the security comme ibe nunjele pour ka ma goro ke je mo te min dinara equipment o nyil mo mi 6 gal ten je mo nyim maintain ya wuli
wala mtonya
modu comme kala fa modu Raymond bo mo fokan to
all right
nyim fana is a threat to players and modol mi yanko dia within the surrounding because at the next minute ibele majo sotola game important e gesol invite gesol ala main ala first mirror aba kalamneti ni ndata ñu zone to ñu la zone to murol la ka funtije murbal la ka funtije so wo fana mbaji bela ko na life follow protect na prefan kanataje dan ngataje ñu ku sifal kan taraje so ngamro sometimes wo fana bela football affect la bakal even the players in the field player fana welfare wo fana nyanda ka protect because ita tarra filo kono at the next minute hakilo man tar tenkundi because ibe mira kan at the next minute mo watara banta mialan ko asi attack no with a weapon inside the field at any time so player fana natara wala the case the player fana life will be at risk anytime be filo kono so ke play je fana wo fana mo ba ko yalla pour player fana bude
to nyala wati comme ko kumo sut yane doron bim football man ke kuti me yalan ka ko joron la nyanda tala je na nyanda ke joron nyanda ke stock sol dati ka wasol anim min fe I think right but then fa murulam bang fa busolam bang hani macho fon man nyanda ka en ko na kata min football ground because at the end of the day setano sembo wara battle because anu ninata ka jibe Gambian we like sports so much so football na man choki amanya kan tala but then so far so good min gena kumata ko nyin kono game play ta kairo kono final o nyin the winning team winter congratulate and then they move on ngamra wala life it bagasol from man naka from because at least wal bagasol la findo la it sends some bad image out there you understand
to the sport committee
exactly,
as well
and to the entire stakeholders because imagine look this zone we need to take a good look at it because at some point what have been manifested on that day it sends a very very bad image but then like I said it's okay ngamera they will learn from that mistake and then I think that's better but then as we all know then the WAFU tournament is on the way and then na boys right now they are in Liberia Monrovia Liberia final training session of Kikanjele because bidim be akalam bidim mursani withdraw direct then the boys will finally capitalize ka chance and then kataka gal representative so is a big achievement for the government of course a big plus for the country so right now Amadou Oba Mobe Yalong Jeff of course media officer they out there in Monrovia mbafana kumandela ngani ball preparation of as far as the Thursday encounter is concerned because ngarongo Thursday nyandeka game of play on the 19th right exactly amanjam all on Samadi 4 p.m. and the new play in 2 days later they will play against of course Mali in that same place so ngamera having Senegal on tomorrow is going to be a mouth-watering fixture so what do you make of that tie
amodu watay another easy la comme game soldol bi fixol do bi hanatra comme akata nyawna mulkal no fixol ni watay easy la Gambia and Senegal ngajela afkono rakata nyam it wasn't an easy fixture so even though nataka mol defeat le para am fongo najela on the 20 final of even though you mol defeat of but it wasn't easy on them so my expect Congo ball they will bounce back from that even though it's a different team different players but nga mira ko som comme player fana move on from that defeat so kana Senegal face with that courage victory samana for the victory samana banko
wala tonyati Gambia ning Senegal and buka easy when Gambia play against Senegal it's always crazy it's always intense but for the most part it'll like they have that Gambia like that have been happening and then to be fair enough statistic they've been beating us for the longest but then again it's football cool basic
modu comme Raymond ya fo nyam at the beginning Raymond ko comme kuno Medina la game mol ba fo kan ko Medina favorite wala na at the last time nga fol janne anu mari bilal ko deke football senden ka fo ñino favorite si amanga football ko
okay
commander football ko anymore they say more on the red no the slightest mistake aba capitalize la wala yabute where's your record the most important thing is wala ata nita wino so itani la record e si jana ata la wino ayata ay proceed wala gana important
wala gana important Raymond isi mone fayno kumo nyinka
ya jere football o benyami Senegal ente ka jele ko ka jutu modle ndengo ni ko si ka jele ko jama comme Gambia jama le be ko so bari football lo nyindi ko boli nyanda min kele hakilo wala nyindi ngata play 11 no budero min ketanu tambidare sa nyanda mingira nga focus
at least
ngado jibe nga maintain nga consistent bu nama nañ ko maintain rek ci
Okay.
obe mo ba ma ko le ko ni ajibe Senegal kam bute je mol mi la fon e ka lon ne fon ni fenne mata ni so sende thing itol nga lon ko nim fenne mata ni la ni bute itol nga lon ko nim fenne mata ni
to nyalo nge exactly football o nyanda ka wala nyama comme ka fa la nyama ndron natol fan la taka kumandro ke dron ak pour kal dabula nyim programme ko nomba nyimbe pin screen nyim bala al si nomba nyim kumandi ajalla kunna miro to saya bare comme nga fa la nyama ndron mbe Umar amin Amadou Oba kumanda la nga nyen ka coach da preparation nyimbe nyalla han bari bana nga realize ko fana amin coach ning captain ning interview kele somonda so of course mbe fana samala na nga coach ning captain ning reaction samala amin prior to like game ning ninga wo samalang at least maybe before fananduna, but I'm not sure if you could get hold of four currently because of but try can but then we are not getting to. Meanwhile, let me try to reach out to Ahmad Oba janembe futala woto bawe ko dance yard before you dance up, even though these are our footballers out there, but then again within the I mean domestically, let's talk about that. I mean, what are some of the improvement you've been seeing in our different zones? I mean, Yahya, let me start with you.
Okay, improvement on tega munja it is talent. Yeah, talent ba ni legal talent. Because mu jama ikad ladol underrate talents from world than ladol overrate. Because niaji be kom ka fo ite ila focus ya center on only one zone. Mamero kom iba talent jama jela. Even though iba talent so jela but nya try kom ye fonko ya explore itara kom different zones. Itara manjay iba talent so jela. Itata how to call it itata birkama you have talents itata lamen talent will be yele so ngamra ñul be gal ni tamuna wala empowerment so ni ajibe comme ni ngeen talent mu fa it's like comme temo zonal ka nyami zonal ka nyami so zonal ka ajibe every zone yana yele best player pick ali yalla best player pick ala team modeda etal represent so I guess comme ñim fanan comme abole ñam every zone ya mi yalon ko abije yele player sotole player mi yalon ko very young and talented players player mi yalon ko comme they have a brighter future. The only thing they need right now is encouragement and some kind of support and motivation, stuff like that. But honestly, talent, we have raw talents in this country.
Wow. Yeah. We have raw talents in this country. That's right. I mean, Rebon, you've been covering almost all the games at the secondary mini stadium. I mean, take us through what is currently happening there. What have you seen there so far? Please.
Yeah, secondary is football bijele bari ntenga minde comme na kebal fon ka pele nyame comme dara Gambia timo fon ila mistake ol ka keminti wolom comme finishing line on comme
they are clinical in front of goal.
They are not clinical in front of goal.
Okay.
Do goal sol ka skole na for ni ajibe comme goal nil ka fay fon no comme
chip tabaki
without the ko nyim goal wa se fay no le ba
la ku chances
daga tajele bari comme ni goal jenil ka fay they are so cheap. So nte be mfenge la let them comme ni parta ke football ati ga consistent mi be nyaaru mi be sando ye ojibe oda mal be ma wa parce ni Messi jibe bi ka fa yangu ba minde ni ajibe bi ade mo jibe fa fu dara be dan so idol fana nyanta ko le jiga de to ade a niyo la nyaade le fa fu de sai mai fo bi fo nga fa play nyaade Messi jibe rek ni Messi be tama kam bi Messi tara ina be play gam bi ata ide nya mu nekela
kakata
so ko isa kata rek go yef dawle do da fana fu dara dan it's not magic
them hard work
lati
consistent oda mar bari ball ke play
like no there is talent
of course
Gambiano e play no bakele but the thing is support but ngalo hani ka bisan I think investor binanan kan even though much needed investment probably woman rana kan but near compare like some few years back compared to now we can look at least the narrative is a bit different. Recently in Kayele play Al Katama from the Northern teams you have trials out there it's park from the second division the third division fourth division and it's through this Northern most players have a breakthrough into some of these divisional teams. So I think the more we play you need to be very serious about it. You have to football career because you don't know
mo mela kumo kunu comme ñin nawetanol comme sometimes molka jutwala ñami e veteran nawetanol play kan there are a whole lot of scouts up there mun yalan ke be jibe kan ita fole mun scout olti na ya fonde mun scout olti e tara sirin jele say be siri be jibe ke be oxaf kan so ita malo ita be loki la mun tole maybe telo one game ite mun da ma play you can be lucky and have chance to play in the first division or the second division Who knows? Because all every game ni biji as a player nyanta ka serious take it as a final. Every game is a final. So iba mutala wala nyam.
Well, every game is a final. So if I am wrong,
Mhm.
trying to call Ahmad over out there in Monrovia, but it seems the mantra sort of bari kan ka di kan den program ni ba namba trial na so ko
Mhm.
ba dula na ko mo boy sola preparation ba nya di jele because sama inyanta ka play and that ka again jakan hani ka di ka hakilo banal don alta gambian talent TV la anabo sports radio radio min kan ala ka talang nan ka ta talang but let's talk about the stadium. Recently, we've seen some updates from the Gambia Football Federation page. Katandiko, there has been some serious renovations.
Mhm.
They are currently ongoing at the Independence Stadium. Because the other time CAF came here, Ikomola Independent is not fit
It's
for
not fit for
football.
football.
So this couple of weeks, a week back, they trying to fix the scoreboard. And then Ladol Fernando Total Dal. The capital fixed can Ladol. So, what is your reaction to that little development and quality? Because I wouldn't, I'm not that much proud of that action actually. Because Gambia as a country couldn't have at least even a single season whereby they can host their professional games. It's crazy. But anyways, what's your reaction to that development?
Modu ni ajibe modu baturo metale. So mba follow nyama rek baturo metale meta baturo la pour kan na bossol de playing in front of our home fans. So innovation mo bija something is very good. I will take a motivation will come and hopefully janning ka for the next game on play la home. I'm fana will boost our moral fana ba mol mako la in our in upcoming qualifying games. Comme ka ba doko bi ha mol social media itara everywhere ka jela doko bi jela anu I witness wala fana ya jela momo frete kala no ka ha doko ka turule doko is ongoing but say mun tuta je wala kaf dal ben doko kala je fe bele do bele innovational padi mun ba kala problem ba kaf la bad la follow ni wal ya approve wadalang wadalang sa fo ajarta ka celebrate la ka fo na boys will coming back but as long as come kaf ma approve follow I think we are not yet done with the work.
We are done with the work. Madam Kafma approved. What's your take on that?
They are do go ni ba la kana ni hani ma lo na fio di wa do na la ba bari hani inyan ta so bila do ni wa do because ni stadium wala ko they are middle
Yeah.
stadium over middle kana so they na men ko ni ga ya kada de ke mol ma ko ni ati don go home fan home support ko ba so hani zande ni bela di ha on the game home support ko ma lai ba so ni ati de ko ko ya kada ko la di don't sit down na bari inte man lai si ya si ya so wa ke te ala ba ni mol ma ko stadium mo ko ya da aso esa ko mo lo ma ko home support so ko ko ba da ko ni da ta timo ko na le ya ta ya na ba ya wa ni ko ha to na ni na home support so hindi na ano lang kaya ay ko
Well, first, thank you so much, Gambia Talents Promotion TV, for the opportunity to again speak to the public. I've been on the media since morning, speaking to respective media houses in the Gambia. And when Musa told me about your wish, of course, who am I to say no? I am here for the Gambia. To come into your question, it's been an interesting in camp for the Gambia National Under 20, having been the most dominant country when it comes to Zone A, the most decorated team so far since the early 2018 winning the gold medal in 2018 in Liberia. This very particular country during George Weah's, of course, tenure as president, and going forward to win another gold. In Senegal 2020, you remember that celebration, welcoming them all the way from Senegal to the Gambia, and of course, winning bronze and silverware. They've won it all across the zone and going to represent the zone in the continental part, that is, of course, the AFCON. And this is the qualifiers. Right now, the Scorpions have already taken their lunch, and it's been an intensive training the past 2 months. And coach like coach and his technical back from start, backed by the the Gambia Football Federation and the Gambian government through the Ministry of Youth and Sports are all supporting the team to ensure that, of course, their first match tomorrow against Senegal is a victory for sure. Liberian, of course, the likes of Takamane, Coach, and some Gambians residing in Liberia. They are currently residing at the Laguna Hotel, a very famous and luxurious hotel just facing the ozone and a beach side. It's a four flat, story here in Monrovia. Having also had a test match against the Liberian under 20 team, who by the way played their first match in this tournament and they drew. So far, the Gambia won that test match, and that was a good test according to Coach Abdullah Bojang. The environment is just so conducive. If you follow in the Gambia Football Federation Facebook page, you will see the updates, and subsequently we'll be sending another latest coming from the boys where they've been singing and dancing, ensuring that they're able to show that positive smile, positive, character to the Gambians to ensure that they're able to get the glory that they deserve tomorrow. It's been drizzling throughout the morning. Liberia is a country that is known for rainfall and drizzle. So, throughout the morning today, it drizzled, not actually a heavy rainfall, but it's been drizzling since then. And at some point, even during our training sessions, it will drizzle. The team, like I said, have actually gelled into that kind of situation, that kind of environment to acclimatize. That was the reason. The Ministry of Youth and Sports and the Gambia Football Federation collaborate to ensure that the team is able to arrive early and better prepare. To get used to the atmosphere, to get used to the climate. If you listen to the pre-match press conference I had with the coach, speaking about the environment and how much they've adapted to the environment so far quickly. He said they've trained, they've organized training sessions at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and 4 p.m. in the afternoon just to ensure that they're able to cope with any environment that comes their way during match day. So sure, the environment is different, but that is it. They've gelled into that adaptation procedure.
Sure.
And then finally, what are your expectations as far as the qualifier is concerned?
Yeah, so expectations would I would just reference to what I see, of course. An opinion over what is happening here. I would just report according to what I have seen so far. Being with the team for the past 6 years or so, I'm coming into this particular match, tournament. The past 2 months I've been rigorously, about preparations and tactical, awareness to the players, and having to find the final 20-man squad to represent the country, and having witnessed their training sessions since in the Gambia, their local test matches and the test match they had here, and going through the sessions I've witnessed so far. I think even speaking to the captain earlier on this afternoon after their training session and what I've seen at the training, the team is very determined, but of course they are not going to be complacent. They've watched Senegal and Mali play. They've played against Mali, they've played against Senegal. Earlier on the plan was to play against Mauritania, which Mauritania withdrew from the tournament, quoting or referencing it to, flight, unavailability of flights to Monrovia from Nouakchott. And the team is quite focused and determined, and victory is all that. Of course, against Senegal is always playing against Senegal is always very difficult encounter. Gambia is used to that, and going through the match that they witnessed between Senegal and Mali, the boys have all it takes to ensure that the victory is what they're able to take Of course, they have an advantage having to play late, and that is to see their opponents play each other. And also, the Gambia would need a win, and the win would be 90% qualification into the semi-finals. A draw would equally still give them a pathway. That means they need to beat Mali or draw Mali in their second game and still qualify. But like Bojang said, and I quote, it is a must not lose game. They have to win or at least draw.
Definitely.
They must have win or at least a draw. That will actually see us stand a better chance of reaching the next stage. Thank you so much, Ahmad Oba, for speaking to us. We are really grateful for this time. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Good.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was Amadou Oba out there in Monrovia. Nimin diam daka tandi mola ko boysul bedaming ibe parit en baba kele because during data la kari dantang nyato wati dantang ko ba wati tatu mo meje bari hani ka bi dorong be la fata je ay minje je ana ay minje ani ko je min fay wala mo nyente ko bol nying e prerin anum gambian ni timo min nyana ka play wol be play already, right? So Gambia will like
better advantage
yela chance o nya gala weekend point dol mu me study ya mu me understand and then ak mi tandi jam wala fu min defana Gambia ni win sort of almost 90% qualification ko be jela ko by force they will reach the, I mean the semis
because
and ni draw fanam sort of jiko fanam be jela ko take you understand I mean Yahya, can you come in?
Modo ay mum fo comme Ahmadou ya be fo ka pare ba ko ngi ma tangsa baten la ma jela law kuma kon la mo danaka be fo la 5 comme ni aji be fana na pour team sabala bije santen team sabal is supposed to be 4 but Mauritania withdraw ta kaya fo nyami so remain na 3 wala mu Gambia ti Mali and Senegal so yes Senegal so comme well the previous fixture well ya drole so until nin tatan winter we will be on top of the table with 3 points so whilst Mali fanan na Mali but na last game nyanda ka Mali so because nimmo ni Senegal played sama all bagal Senegal la final game Senegal they have no other game so it means Senegal they have 1 point in 2 games Gambia batara santo so we waiting for Mali fanan ni Mali pour ni Mali fanan play last game so ni Mali fanan play ta whatever the result is that it's either we are going second or we are going first regarding that Mali na first game win against Senegal but Mali na first game draw fana against Senegal so nyanta katal against Mali to avoid total loss comme ni hani nimbe jila na nkana so nga fo draw la nimma wino so no ata nga draw mutaja ha point kin ibaje la mbita 2 points at least matara second wala
at least Gambia stand a better chance of reaching the
semis yeah
so ngalo nyinga bol ya mina need molla duwa
yeah ato mino fana over ato mino ne ajibe comme straightforward easy there fana because ni from group stage straight ikata to semi final amo fana comme round of 16 tije ko da final tije jam 4 mo 2 yetambi pool 2 yetambi eta semi final straight
game sama player gini ko boyna
game sama na game nani fonsi because ndal game fala la pile la group stage from semi sita game sama eta game nani wala kala final yeah 3 games close the final 4 games
so let's just hope and pray for the best ngadua boys will fana I mean Ramon isimu la fano kan because time of the land amon jam fa bakela
ya belfo ban contender lafta khamin ko dal comme ni ajibe sama jemo ni Senegal fanan ya jele ko say 1 point le soro so ni ajibe drawing your first game and if you happen to draw your second game as well it fanan better la dami though it's a qualifier no but ila qualifier be
you need to depend on fixtures elsewhere
so so onte be min fengela wala be mi emphasize la mo is preparation cause ni ajibe sama Senegal fanan dina fiala de dina fiala cause sama lon to la first game odi to la last game lon sama so ni aji abe jemo nyimbe over top la so comme ala fo nyaa duada malo ani
bol motivation rek
Ahmad ka foko dem admin boy so la preparation no be o be yari ngere and then thank God they've also adapted to the climate there even though sama baman rakanje bare nying sama wis kan ni jara la ka fausumia because ni sama ni ngona but thank God at least bol dalda o system o nyina so I hope that wouldn't be an excuse, you know what I'm saying? So kai tan la ko don min tol min fanam be jang singol mom fatino jere we all remember in our prayers nimbe ko ko dan ngi dua gale at least in gold medal yana murna Gambia jang to mo to may saying because ligo kuma ta ba ke you understand and then Gambia dal dale kanying ganya, but that doesn't mean Gambia to leje. So and then nimble fanang kata play senior long about
In
game
sim-
chagan.
game chagan is
So
also.
it's gonna be a very
This is the Gambia derby.
Senegambian derby, yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wala mo, you know, and then also na boys will under 17 fanang. Ngalo ne wala screening back still at the latest months our football still at the also
Goal project.
goal project with Lamin Sane I believe of course
Assistant head coach.
assistant head coach there. So ngalong ka buka easy under 17 all nyeng, you know, for the most cases African all, you know, it's sunya wadalta African kundala. So but with the ongoing screening there,
Yeah.
about that, you know,
Yeah,
because it's very crucial, you know.
They are going intensive screening.
Exactly. So I mean, I hope Lamin Nala Mudal. I mean,
Yeah.
player Talami and Kafako will play. You know,
Yeah,
right?
so
What will be your take on that as well before we wrap up this thing?
football on da huga bay bo ko ya fo nyamere ki nyanda trailer ko ye football ya football ani ya nyada jibe mo mi alon ko amere hani ma apil fo ko nyi manu ko to tale wala kudo bari hani milbe play jibe kan wal ka lon ne ko nyingo kay nin tambita nyin sanjola so ni under 17 o ni be screening kera do abuka fair, it's never fair hani tara min dole ko ma anene buka fair, but come I wish them all the best that come boys all nyingi be play la le deliver when wala wadi
Modu comme remoni afo nyami
Okay.
fanang comme screening nyim fanang comme ka fasan ka moji wanya kon wata mitale. So we go through what we call MRI test. Ngaji bela Gambia ngilti telecom several times ni MRI on under 17 phone. Nen nata no MRI test la dem filter. So ofana is very important mi alon ko pilel mi ko over 8 fanang ofana bina at the next minute bina bongo ni na disturb la, but I guess they are doing a very good job at the delayed Usman Saho football field mun kada goal project screen be kerin ne ko jol fanam assistant ko ni abakata kam bakel because at the last time ngajile atata data damian to wala jara somati inter championship mo bur kanje school championship mo bur kanje aba screening ke kana bo young boy sulta kan ne young boy sul bo ball motivate kam because na it's been quite maybe some years man under 17 jaba playing. So coming this young Bajala screening make kam ball fana will have that courage more courage to cover up on the 17 na pile kan so ban fana yakata kon fana setara team on kon. Yeah.
Walam tonyade jannim be program morning da close drong Yahya, you can at the fair back any manda ngabandala banko result sama
Because
Champions League goal game Jamal player goal Jamal scorer and
Yeah,
forgetting
yeah.
also the Carabao Cup Barnsley Manchester United
And
basket them 7 goals to nil, you know, me and Kahuga. So it was an interesting results yesterday across all leagues in Europe. So Yahya will of course give us some updates as far as those leagues.
Modu,
are
then-
concerned.
then-
Champions League,
okay.
I mean the Champions League and of course the Carabao Cup.
Modu guy Raymond Modu maka 7 nyami because ikalan wolto ko
My
nying
team.
is in for United. Okay, gunung fix asal mungkin ada Champions League what we have seen Ali kick-off miyanko. Paris Saint-Germain won in PSV Eindhoven what ada 3-1. Najala Young Boys, Ibrahim Kolila Young Boys and Sidi Jankolo Young Boys lost against Aston Villa by 3 goals to nil. Najala AC Milan fana ni Liverpool mungkin ada game kanderonti fana banda 3-1 in favor of Liverpool. The game omi mol sok wala 9-2 Bayern Munich 9
Bayern Munich.
Dynamo Zagreb 2.
Yeah.
Bar mi yang jahal nyin kayto. Birim Bayern en nen soro. Foko sol bi tara Barcelona kan.
Ati ko dalta ke buke. Ba ta da B ni se du wono Champions League.
Regular costo.
No. Mod 11 na kapile.
Bari 11 Bayern tem jagal buke.
Man na po na fana amang football man kan no amang on paper is okay.
Ya.
Okay. Time will tell guy. It's gonna be a different picture. So Najala fanang ko Real Madrid in Stuttgart wal fanang tada 3-1 Najala Sporting fanang 1-0 Sporting nata nil samba 2-0. So in the Carabao Cup Najala fanang Manchester United ko ya fanang that famous 7-0 the Red Devils 7-0 against Barnsley. But more than that, 7-0 ka win. It should have been against Liverpool because Liverpool less 7 in
Liverpool go back in the 1980s. Liverpool put them with 4 goals. Oh my! So it's like they're in their prime. They started. I mean, bragging and all that. So, but it's okay. Things will turn around very soon because they are in the rebuilding process. Tell them, man, how they play now. You don't compare them to like chala teams, the Chelsea, and then the list goes on. So and remember, Barnsley defeated Chelsea in 2005 by a lone goal to nil. So it baffles me when Chelsea fans say Manchester City celebrate this 7 goal.
But that was in 2005. 2005. So we wanna fixel will continue in the UEFA Champions League. Ajele fixel bila kan blog na fanan in Shakhtar Donetsk will be play kan right now. Sparta Praga will ning Salzburg will play kan Najel Celtic will fanan be play kan will fanan play at 7 o'clock. Club Brugge Dortmund 7 o'clock. Man City Inter Milan game to watch at 7 o'clock. Wow. Because remember it alum finalist in the previous year. It alum finalist. So Mbajala Fananko, Paris Saint-Germain will take on Girona. Not forgetting Fananko, Mbajala Yankuba Minte will be in action today at 6:45 against Wolves.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm Tonyadi and Janing Basaro the Dranga Fala Kumanin, the Mandong Australia. But the updates of Fanan Sambala and Tumando Bata because they are in Kosama and the position they play a million and half on the 20 they will be playing against. Senegal, you've been up how they say that. But anyway, let's hope and pray that our boys win. I mean, because it's a win game for us. Come, Amadou Obaya Fonyami, when the Gaffer was speaking, I mean, for he can't afford to lose that game.
It's very important. It's very important, yeah.
Team, and of course, will actually make them stand a better chance of qualifying to the semi-final. I mean, Raymond, the studio,
ndede comme sama jemo be nyami ngay pour ndeda mandama nge bude nga Senegal bude nin dala fo nin se mali bak nge bak e win Senegal yi de pour cause ni di ka diam bakele so ball min biye da mai diam e play kay mode win then we focus and move on for the next game. Cause ni adwe is only 4 games to pure for the final. So if they win this game, they will have a better chance to move to the semi-final. So it's gonna be a good chance.
It's gonna be a good chance.
Yeah.
I mean, Seri,
Kako Jiber lale anin lamara kafo ko ya barka baka ya wato munta kasi ga Gambian Talents TV jibe sport review mi anko wala kanale every Wednesday mun kanale jang on Gambian Talents TV. So mba fala le fanan na bosul fanan nita duwala duwa fanan la fale pour next soma game because it's a very crucial game mi anko wala sotala sam. So comme ba rapport la dam wala kafo ko we wish them the best of luck. So we see them in the final.
Thank you so much. Maybe see them in the final. That actually brings us to the end of this sports review here on Gttv that comes your way every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to, of course, 5 p.m. It has been nice being with my colleagues in the studio. Of course, my co-host, that's Raymond Juf, and of course, Yahya Sedi. Kafayo Jonathan be Jibero ala baraka baki ala Jibero kunimala. I'll continue ka Gambian Talents TV Jibero na tolunten wallahi tomulunten talanun jang, and then definitely enjoy your company. I'll continue ka mol follow and then continue to subscribe on our YouTube channel and of course
Comment
ninga nan tumoto ninga fanga fendu ndong alba jalale and then ka falo ko fanan miliyan ka ko be loktano do ibalo man dia alama ale so jata kenjala bawo jata kenjala ko beti bel fana yalan ka fo be bunja wata fa ala sunen do ke funde bunja wata ni finda bunja wata fana sike mo ke do kan kala bante wolti andim fana miliyan ka fo ko wala fana bankol city fano molde be dwale ka do ko ni aje to ben la be wala be sino because of na security lam so be to fana temple be dera back and gambero be dawla dunya ko be dwale ale so sima bala ni jata kenjala fana ka fala baraka bake ngam sarota fu janne me murana jango daga next Wednesday alama alende ma be kendal inshallah rabbi ala baraka bake
ku yoddu sa xat te quality jas na ñoo yor seen cumbukaay tur day uyu borom jas na pire sa ko bëggee fii si biir Gambia bi dawal foofu sa quality jas na your number 1 stop shop ana sama jigéen ñi dama bëgg ngeen jox ma seen nopp garme yi ndaxte quality jas na amal nañ leen ay til yu toj daala poos abaaya yu yiiw waaye it amal nañ leen ay boreda yu rafet boreda yoo xam ne pour góor ñi la ak pour jigéen ñi amal nañ leen body scrub yi nga xam ne nii dafay defar seen yaram bam nice waaye it fàttewuñ fa diw yi ana sama jeeg yu pare yi quality jas na amal nañ leen fa andi cuuraay yu neex house spray ak bépp xeetu baax pour seen biir néeg dama ne atum ren jii ku sa jëkkër mere ku ne yow la neex ndaxte quality jas na ñëw na si dëkk bi pour defar sëy yi make-up artist yi bàyyi leen gannaaw ñu ngi leen fa amal ay make-up product yu quality waxu leen léegi nii foofa sa Westfield jàkkaarloog monument bi wala nga jokkoo Quality Jasna si 250 01 24 ak Quality Jasna taaral sa bopp taaral sa néeg waaye it bégal sa alaaji aas